Hello, this is Jake here, and today I will be filming the last part of building my Britannic diorama. If you haven't been keeping up to date with this one, go back on my channel and you'll see several, there's 4 parts of videos explaining what I've been doing and going through the progress and everything like that. This is in 1/1200th scale. So pretty, my hand's about the size of it. What I will say is it's not 100% accurate to the real shipwreck, but as a first time thing, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I'm not going to change anything to make it more accurate to the real wreck. Like for instance, there was a different stern section on the poop deck up here. There's quite a few different things, but I'm not going to worry about that. I will eventually one day make a bigger scale wreck of this, so that's when I'll make it look authentic. So as a first time thing, I'm happy with how it's going and everything. In this part, like I said, will be the last part. There's several things I want to do and address. If I sound a little weird, it's because I'm eating what you call it, like a bar of rock. I bought a bag of it, absolutely amazing. I'm kind of addicted to it. I finished the bag in a night. And yeah, so that's why I sound a little bit different. So several things I want to do in this video. The most notable thing is these white areas. Now, in the last part, I didn't really go to plan with painting these. So what I've decided to do, it's a little bit messy, it's going to take some, it might take one try to get right, but basically what I'm going to do is wipe away the sand, get a brush, get rid of the sand around these white areas, clean it up just a little bit, not too much, and then give it a coat of the grey primer which I sprayed the ship in. And then put the sand over it again and, weather it up. And that's exactly how I done the wreck. If you watch that video, you remember that. I didn't show exactly how when I was spraying it, but I explained everything. And when I do my next wreck, which will be the Titanic, I will do a proper video of me actually spraying it and showing you how I got all the effects of the, sea life taking over the wreck. These videos have been quite popular, so I want to get this series finished so I can start the Titanic wreck, which I will be using a 1/14th scale Titanic model to make that, so it'll be a bit bigger than this, which will be nice. So let's get started. So I want to wipe away the sand. That's why I've put blue tissue down, so I can wipe it away. Have I got any decent brushes? I have. Also the chimney, this chimney down here, don't know how I've done this, but it was originally in its right direction. It looked like it did in the photos, and it's shifted, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. It's glued down, that's what's the weird thing. But when I stuck it down, it wasn't in the right direction, so I must have moved it at some point. But let's get rid of this sand around here. Now, I'm not too sure how this is going to work. That crane wasn't even stuck down. So one of the cranes weren't stuck down, so that's good in one way, because I can spray that separate. So what I've got to do now is kind of mask off the entire ship so I can get these areas done. Right, I found my masking tape. There we go. Also, someone did comment on one of the videos, what's that noise in the background? It's the fan. This shed is actually below ground. It's an old basement that, because we live in an old cottage, it's actually an old coal shed. You ain't got to stick to the sand, but if I can just get it roughly where it's got to go, that ain't got to work, is it? See, what I don't want to do is spray the ship again. I don't want any spray on the ship, so what we might have to do is just cover the ship a little bit. Oh, I'll tell you what, I bought a massive roll of this blue tissue which the wreck's on. I just wonder if I can. I really don't want to spray the ship again, but I don't want to damage any of the detail. That might work, that might just work. The cranes will be a problem because the cranes hid away a little bit. But if I can get it on show a bit, there we go. The other crane might be a problem. Right, I'm going to spray it, we'll see what happens. Okay. I would actually class that, just shut the door, I'd class that as a success. Let's have a look. Chuck that away now, don't need that. I can spot it. You can see the patches, but that's a lot better. I'm happy with that. Might need a little bit more than that. I don't know why that's gone like that, but no, that's better. So what we'll do, we'll sprinkle some of this very messy sand on now. And oh, I also done the crane that escaped, so we'll have to stick him back on at some point. And would you believe it, I haven't got a PVA down here either. Oh, everything's falling apart. But let's get the sand. So remember the sand, it was P-Way Pico Seam, clean ballast brown, fine grade, and it's really nice. One of the things as well, we got to seal the sand around the bow section, which is going to be interesting. But straight away, when I done the last video, the last part, I knew straight away that I had messed up. I should have put the debris down, sprayed it all together when I sprayed the ship. So yeah, but we all make mistakes and we learn from them. Well, that's a lot better. You can't see the white really now. We do have this crane I want to stick down at some point, and what we're going to do, we'll put him, and he's something just to nudge him over the other side. Basically he's showing the wrong side. There we go. I might just have to spin the crane around. There we go. I'm not too worried about fixing him because when I had the tissue, when I had the water PVA mitts, it should seal it quite nicely into place. This sand stuff's really grubby, but there we go. I'm just going to give you a close-up of the ship just in case you're new to these videos. There you go. There you go. But no, I've really enjoyed doing this wreck. It has been a really nice job. So what I got to do now is mix some PVA water. The only thing I'm worried about is, well, what will happen, it will go dark. It will look very dark with sand, but it's going to, because you've added water to it. Until that dries, it's going to look like that. Right, I've just mixed up some of this PVA watered down glue, bit PVA glue, tiny bit of fairy liquid and some warm water, and just stir it really. It should be fine now. To test it out, we'll try an area across the back before we do the bow. I usually have a proper little syringe, but even a drop there. There we go. Like I said, it will go very dark, but when it dries up, should be fine. So what we're going to do is add some to the bow. So let me bring you in closer for this. And we'll let it just there we go. And yes, it soaks in quite well, which is good, because there's quite a lot of sand here, because I wanted to, you know, bury the bow. There we go. Just let it soak in. There we go. And you might see some of the PVA where it's come out in bits, which that's fine, that ain't gonna hurt nothing. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna speed that time up anyway. It looks quite dark again. It will dry. It probably will stay a little bit darker than it was, but it should originally go back to what it was. I'm just gonna sprinkle some excess over. This gets rid of the bubbles as well, but the bubbles will disappear over time. There we go. Just out, and it also gives a different it's not like it's all flat then, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure my phone's going but you know, I'm doing this, so my phone's above me in my bedroom, right up above. Right, there we go. So what I'm going to do is go and leave this in the conservatory now, let it dry, and you'll see it at the end of this video what the wreck looks like. Right, we have officially finished the Britannic wreck. So we put the water / glue / fairy liquid on the model to hold all the sand down and everything like that. And it's worked. It's actually worked, so that is great. Because I wasn't sure if I made it too watery, but I wanted it to soak in a lot, especially on the bow section down here. And well, it's still a bit dark as drying, but I can tip it upside down and it's still there, so it works. The wreck is looking absolutely superb. So what I gotta do now is somehow take pictures of it as if it's under the ocean. There it is. So this has been a lovely diorama. When I had the idea for doing this, I couldn't wait to get started, and now we've finished. I'm getting the Titanic up, ready to finish that. Start that one. That's my next diorama. So we'll have the Britannic and the Titanic. The third ship, Olympic, didn't sink, was scrapped at some point. So yeah, but I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I want to thank everyone for watching this series. I will put it in a playlist so you can just click and watch all of them together. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this one has turned out. One of the best things I've done with this model was on the split on the bow and bending the plastic to make it look like a pure tear in the bow section, so that came out really nicely. And of course the weathering, making it look like sea life has taken over. It's not nice and smooth, it's been covered in all sorts, and I've got that effect done really nicely. That and the bow sections are the two favourite parts of building this diorama. Of course, I've said in the beginning of the video, this was a 1/1200th scale of the model. So what I'm going to do now is just film a small video on it separate to this video. And yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching. And I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.